All right, cool. So the next day you guys celebrated. Where was the spot?
Okay, I don't want to put him out there, but one of the rappers that was with us, basically robbed a party that we found our way to for all kinds of cool shit. And then it was just so much shit that happened that night. It was just like being with the Hall of Fame together with, after the show. We should have definitely had like a specific place we're going, but we just had no plan and we just ended up all over the city. And the next day, we was at Park at the Seaside Apartments by Young Kaz's house, one of the members of our group. Yeah. And he was one of the main members that kept my ties to the group, because like I would go link up with him after I had moved to Stockton. I would still come out there, and so Kaz had been rocking these big stunner shades the whole night before, like for the show. And I come to find out he's covering a black eye. Well, I know I had moved to Stockton already, because I wasn't with him when he got the black eye. I came out here and I'm like, the fuck you got this black eye for? Blah, blah, blah. So he tells me who. So we do the show. The next day, we've been up all night too. So you got to mind you, we're on zombie mode. Motherfuckers is probably, you know how it is. Zombie mode, trying to, what'd you say? Hair of the dog, trying to wake it back up and keep going. Many Hennessy's later. So I'm like, all right, I'm going to walk to fucking Safeway on 41st Avenue and get some more Hennessy. Boom. So I'm with P Gunna and Cuzzo. I forgot his fucking name. My bad. But a crib from out there. And we're walking. And I see the car of the dude who punched my boy Kaz. He's like right there with us. But come to find, but he was cool with me. And like, but I just wasn't feeling the fact that he, you know what I mean, punched Kaz, and I was off Hennessy strength. So I was like, you know what I mean? I'm like, what's up with, he rolled down his window trying to get at me like, hey, what's up with my boy, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, nah, fuck that. What's up with you punching my boy Kaz? And then I don't want to say this whole story, but everything's kind of like over with anyway, you feel me? But I just remember it's a little dude leans up and he's like, the nigga that punched Kaz was only 19. And I got at him like, man, this is my 21st fucking birthday. What's up? You know what I'm saying? And then he kind of looked at the people that I had with me and just like wasn't feeling it, because they were like, man, stop talking, get on him. You know what I mean? I'm like, the P Gunna was like, stop talking. I'm like, oh, okay, I'm finna get on him. You know what I mean? And then they pulled off, and I Superman punched his old school. He had a clean ass blue dope ass whip. That was disrespectful as shit. You know what I'm saying? But I just had Hennessy strength at the time. And you were dipping on me. And, it felt like a fight already. So I just crunched this shit. But anyway, I you know what I'm saying? I really forgot. Right after that, I'm like, to the Safeway. Forgot. We went in Safeway. We get the bottle. We come out. We see somebody that we know. We jump in the car. He gives us a ride back to the party. We get out. As soon as I get out, I come walking up. I got my Henny. I ain't even cracked this bitch yet. And it's kids jumping rope. It's hella shit going on outside. It's the middle of the Seaside Apartments. And fucking, here comes this dude. I don't want to stand up, but he like, get out the way. And he reaches behind, whipped out. Boom, boom, boom. I feel like Soulja Boy right now telling the story, but this shit actually happened on my mama. You know what I'm saying? He whipped out on me. He got close as fuck, like as close as me and you are right now. Hella close. Like I could have threw the bottle at him, but I was so stuck. I was so zombie mode. Otherwise, I would have already been on defense. Fuck. Is that gonna fuck us up? Keep rocking? All right. One of the lights went out, people. But yeah, man, my bad. Yeah, man. So I should have thrown the fucking bottle at him, but he shot through my arm that was holding the fucking bottle. Boom. And then I was just like, hit him with the spin move. I spun and it went through my fat instead of like getting anything crucial. And I was like, I think I'm good. I knew I was shot though. And then after that, everybody kind of cleared and shit. And then I ran up in Kaz's house trying to avoid police and shit, because I was just like, fuck. Like, and I remember, this is so crazy. Right when I got shot, I looked and there's like a group of fucking Southsiders coming up, like on bikes, real slow and walking, and a crew of them. Some of them had like shit in their hand, like, you feel me? They for sure was on some shit. And they looked, and I just remember holding my fucking arm up, like, it's already some shit going on. You might want to leave already, you know? And I was like, damn, if we didn't have this happening, it would have had that happening. Is all I could remember. Like, this day sucks over here, you know? So I ran up in the shit because I'm like, I'm not trying to snitch or deal with no police about it or nothing. And then I remember the ambulance and the paramedic people forced their way in, basically saying that they were going to take people to jail if they didn't let me take me to the hospital and shit. But yeah, man, I'm going way long on the story. I don't know how much more you want to hear
Nah,
with
I
that one.
mean, it's your story, man. I just want to ask. Unfortunately, I'm sorry that happened to you. I got to say that
Oh
because
yeah,
that's horrific and traumatizing, and
for sure.
it's a blessing that you made it through that. I want to say
Oh
that
man,
before we even go forward with the interview, like
man.
because a lot of people
Oh, oh,
can't
oh,
say they made it through that.
man. And
So,
not to cut you off, I didn't even tell him the coldest part. Like I really was. He was trying to kill me for real because right there where there's those the way those apartments are, they have like the little planter boxes in front, and it's like you're cornered. And I was in the corner already, and he was on me like that, and this shit was just clicking, click, 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 click. I could hear it clicking all up on me right here.
oh wow.
And I was already kind of just like holding my arm just down like this, like, oh, like I'm not even super religious like that, but I felt like I was saved by some shit right there. I felt like something jammed his gun, and I was just like, you better be good, because we saved your ass. I was like, because I could hear him click, 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 all right here, but I couldn't fight back. I was like, I was already zombie mode. Now I'm shot twice. I'm just like, oh, just stop. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And this shit, he was not trying. And he was telling people after that, all in high school, like, man, I was trying to kill his ass. So like, yeah, I know, I heard it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. Weird ass dude.
Like I said, I just want to say once again, though, that's got to be
That was traumatizing. Yeah.
They're definitely traumatizing. But I'm saying that's got to be definitely God or angels
Right.
with you at that moment.
Period.
For those people who've never been physically attacked like that, or can you let them know, like, what did that feel like physically, like to be shot?
Okay. So I don't want to make light of it or make anybody feel like it's just cool to go ahead and get shot. But I feel like I was extremely lucky with where I got hit and the way it happened, because I was smart enough to not get any kind of, like, I don't know, if it would have been a fraction of an inch this way or that way, I might have never been able to move my arm again. But because of where it got shot at, it just felt hella freezing cold. Like it burned so bad that it just felt cold from the bullet going through, and nothing got stuck in me. It just went everything passed through. So I had shit that I just looked down and saw my polo tee went from white to red. You know what I'm saying? I was like, well, oh, but I'm like, I don't feel shit falling out of me. I'm just bleeding. I'm all right. You know what I'm saying? So I knew if you're just bleeding and you don't see some fucking big worm organ looking things falling out, you all right. You know what I'm saying? Because I had that happen in my leg before. You know what I'm saying? But
so you didn't really have any body shock, really, or
I believe I must have been in shock. I was touched by an angel. I didn't even feel pain. I was more just like scared of the repercussions of what this meant. Like now they're gonna make me go to the interrogation room and all this bullshit, which they did. But just the whole scenario, I lived with my parents. Oh, no. At that time I'm 21, so I had a spot already. But it's just traumatizing. I'm like, now I'm in beef. I'm like, I never been shot before. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, you feel me? I've been shot at before, but getting hit is like, now there's hell to pay. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what the fuck, So it was traumatizing too. Because I'm like, I'm a fucking rapper out here. You got a name to uphold. So like, something got to happen behind this. It's just a whole lot that was going through my head, and the pain wasn't too bad. But like I said, I know a lot of other people that got hit and didn't make it, or got hit and they're crippled or don't look the same, or there's a lot of shit that could have gone wrong. So I'm super blessed. That's why I was like, you know what? Your body is not made of cement how you think it is. This shit could crack and be fucked over. So I remember I took it like, you better be good and do good, and that'll preserve you in whatever. You know what I'm saying? You don't got to go be the one firing on people, sticking up for people. He might have been asking for that. I don't even know. So
this might be a random question, but who was the first person you saw or heard after you were hit?
After I was shot? You, my boy. You and my boy P Gunner was right there. Y'all had hit the deck. Y'all was on y'all stomachs already. You feel me? But y'all was right next to me type shit, but like across the little shit. Y'all had heard shots and was smart. Y'all got low. You know what I'm saying? I just remember somebody was like, Callie, you all right? You know what I'm saying? Because back then I went by Callie B. And somebody said it, either you or him. I think both of y'all was, either way, you feel me? You and P Gunner was there, you know? And one of the thoughts that went through my head was, where the fuck is P Gunner's gun? You know what I'm saying? But I get it though. He was out of town fucking with us on our show, you know? But whatever. I can't make no excuses for that one. But yeah. Y'all were all right there. Kaz was there. Kaz was there. Gunner was there. I kind of forget.